Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another 180 Markets Weekly Wrap. We'll start out with what did we see on the macro front. And this week, it was all about earnings, and even more earnings, both in the Northern Hemisphere and down here in Australia with our quarterly activity reports. And pleasingly, around the globe, all of them were incredibly positive. On the growth companies, all their numbers are basically at record highs. And then down here, specifically on the commodity companies, when you look through their activity reports, many companies are continuing on with outstanding, expanding results. And also on the fundamental side, supply dynamics have never been better. That's what we're seeing. And what it could be shaping up for, now that we're through October, which is traditionally the slowest month of the year, a really big ramp into the end of the year. And that is what we're going to be looking for here at 180 Markets. And now, speaking of markets, what happens on the markets this week? Let's turn it over to Sean.
Thanks, Greg. And yeah, what happened on the market this week is the same as every other week. Lithium and uranium, hot again. So instead of just highlighting different stocks and what we've seen, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that we've been doing more and more of here at 180 Markets. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen the behind the wall deal emails. So for those of you that are a bit newer here at 180, I just wanted to explain how it works and why we do it. So basically, you may see it about 5, 6, 7 p.m. We send you a bit of legal jargon asking you to go behind the wall. So basically what that means is you are going to be getting some information from us that's not publicly known to the market. So usually this is about a deal that we've got special access to, where we can bid early the night before capital raise. Through a lot of our relationships we have, we often are offered exclusive access, and we love offering this to our investors early. Other examples of behind the wall raises are ones that we may have a cornerstone investor reach out to us. Like, for example, the one we did yesterday in Can Global, we were approached by a cornerstone and they left the raise to us. And because we know the company pretty well, we negotiated pretty hard and we got a pretty good placement for a lot of our investors. So yeah, just keep an eye out for those emails. We have been told that a few of them are going to junk. So we're trying to work on that from our end, but also keep sending us different suggestions of raises that you'd like to cornerstone, because the people that cornerstone obviously won't get scaled back, and it's a great way for certain investors to get size as well. I'll now pass over to Jake in the kitchen.
I'm actually in the small room, but no, I was just wanting to cover a couple of companies that were really hot this week, a couple of really interesting stories as well. Firstly, Invian, ticker's IVX, went berserk on Thursday after announcing results from their latest proof of concept study. The pilot study used Invian's INV-043 to treat mice that had been implanted with triple negative breast cancer. The mice showed a complete regression of the cancer following treatment, and there was no recurrence of disease, and tumor mass was undetectable 2 weeks after treatment, which suggested protective immunity. Invian's share price soared on the back of these results from 1.3 cents on Wednesday to reach an intraday high of 3.4 cents on Thursday on the back of these prospective results. Peppermint Innovation, the ticker's PIL, had a solid week on the market. They signed a payments agreement with DragonPay, which is Philippines' largest and most reliable payment gateway platform. The agreement connects Peppermint's Bismodo network with several online and over-the-cash in and payment channels throughout the Philippines. Peppermint's share price reacted very strongly, reaching a high of 2.3 cents this morning after opening the week at just 1.4 cents. And those are a couple of good news stories of the week. Over to Ariella to talk about our placements.
Thanks, Jake. So where to begin? It's been an extremely busy week on the placement front, with over 35 capital raises this week. It feels like every company on the ASX is in a rush to raise prior to the end of the year. I mean, just today, we've seen 10 capital raises, which we've been receiving enormous demand for. Some awesome raises today, such as Antisense Therapeutics and Australian Potash. We can really feel the excitement from our investors. The more popular capital raises on our platform this week were evidently in the hotter sectors. Anything lithium related is obviously getting a huge take up. As Sean mentioned, we did do a behind the wall for Korab, KOR, at 5.5 cents, which was in extremely high demand, especially given the recent momentum in the company. Funds will be used to continue exploration and development work on its mineral assets. Some other notable raises of the week included Blue Star Helium, which raised $15 million to expand its helium exploration well and water well drilling activities, leasing initiatives, and production development studies. Sky Metals raised $5.6 million to accelerate drilling at the Dooradilla Tin Copper project. And finally, West Africa Resources did a massive 2-tranche placement for $126 million with an SPP following. The funds will go towards the closing of the 2 upcoming acquisitions, carrying out the development of their high-quality gold projects. Back to you, Greg.
Thanks, Ariella, and thank you everybody for joining us. As Ariella said, there was a huge amount of activity on the markets this week, coupled with great fundamentals. It's really shaping up for a very, very strong Christmas season.
Thank you for watching another presentation by 180 Markets. Don't forget, if you want access to thousands of ASX capital raises, head on over to 180markets.com.au, sign up, and get on board for our very next capital raise. Thanks for watching.